Hi, my name's Teddy, like you've already learned, and I'm going to give you just kind of a brief synopsis of my personal testimony. I grew up in the church, um, and I was baptized at 12. Um, I had a close walk with God, and as I became a teenager, I had the normal struggles that teenagers go through and the temptations and such. And I was by no means perfect or anything. But when I was 17, my dad died, and I took that pretty hard, as expected. But I guess I would say I turned my anger towards God and felt almost that He was responsible for my father's death. And because of that, I kind of distanced myself from God, and I just kind of stopped praying, stopped reading my Bible, and it wasn't until maybe a year, two and a half after he died that I knew that I should be reading my Bible. I should be having a relationship with God, but I just didn't want to do it, and so I decided, you know what, I'm not going to read anything. What I'm going to read is the old stories that I used to like when I was a kid. In the book of Judges, the story of Ehud and Gideon and Samson, these action-packed stories that are entertaining. And but I just started from the beginning. I started from Judges 1 and just read through. And as I was reading, I noticed that there was this pattern that kept emerging, that the Israelites would forsake God, then they would get oppressed by some foreign nation. They'd call on Him, ask for forgiveness, and then God would send a judge to rescue them. And this didn't just happen once or twice, 3 or even 4 times. It happened throughout the whole book. And I realized, I was like, man, if I was God, I would be so done with the Israelites that, after the 5th time. And I just really realized that through that story that God was love, and then that kind of rekindled my interest in having a relationship with God again. And when I realized, truly that He is love, that He does care for me, and I may not understand, why my dad died at the time he did, but to trust in God's goodness anyway.